Hello traders, let us take a look at what we are expecting for tomorrow and what are the support and resistance areas that we have. Again, we have to remember tomorrow is a CPI data, so there may be wild moves, there will be bear traps, there will be bull traps all across, but it will be very prudent if we can keep our position sizes low so that we can get out with minimal losses whenever the market tries to trap us either on the bullish side or on the bearish side. So looking at the monthly chart, there is nothing to add. If we just know that we are above the low of the last month, and if you see, we have come from 5122 to 5400, so we have come up almost 300 points in this month. We dropped 300 points and we came back up 300 points, and we are back inside this channel as well. So the next target now will be somewhere around 5523 on the monthly chart, and then if we can cross over that, we will see whether we can close the month actually green again and try to reach the all-time high once more. Looking at the weekly chart, there were bulls who bought the close of this candle, right, and they got trapped right here. So those bulls, if they have bought this bottom again in this 50% area, which is the 5393, 5394 area, they were break even, and now they are in some kind of profit if they have bought here and they scaled in here again. Now, if we keep moving up, this 5480 will be the next area of interest where it may find some resistance. Otherwise, it will try to get to this area where we have the weekly micro gap, the breakout area, and this can be a strong resistance. Again, this comes in the 5494 to the 5496 area. If we get above this, we can get some resistance again at 5521, and again we will have those on the smaller time frames, our 5504 line, our 5513 line, our 5521 line, our 5533 lines. All those lines will be there, and finally we can come up to 51, and then we can come to this area again, which is close to 5600. We will talk about the rest of it once we see that we have crossed above 5600. CPI has given us a 150 point move, and then we will see where the market wants to go. On the downside, again, this 5434 will be a very good support area. We have seen that that has a support on the monthly chart as well, so that will be a very strong support area. If we break that down on the weekly chart, we may come and revisit this 5393 area, but that should hold at this point of time. If that does not hold, we may actually get into the mode of starting the second leg for the weekly bears, and then we will see whether we are breaking down the EMA, the weekly EMA, and we are coming farther down. At this point of time, I will have to change around some of these lines. So if we keep breaking down this 5393 area, we'll have to see if we are getting to the high of the last week, and then if we are coming to the weekly EMA, which is around 5361 at this point, and then we can get to 5348 and then 5333. So all these will be levels of interest if the prices keep coming down from the top, and these will act as very good support areas, especially because we have seen that the bulls have been able to pick up this price from here and has posted 100 points move up, but you never know. Again, tomorrow being CPI, we do not know what the data is going to be. We do not know how the market is going to react to the data. So that is what is something that we will have to see in the morning and then make our plan accordingly. Looking at the daily chart, we see that we are in a 4-bar micro channel, so the market is bullish at this point. Once we get above this 5474, 5475 level, it is highly probable that we are going to touch this 5500 area, the 5499 area. But what needs to be remembered is this 5509 line tomorrow can act as a resistance again, which may actually start a downward move, because if you see it, this is the trend line, and a third rejection is also possible. I'm not saying that it will reject and come back down. It may come down a little, retest some of the areas, maybe around 5484, 5485, and then go back up again, cross above this trend line, and keep going up higher. Now, if we look at this, if we are saying that we want a 1:1 of this whole move, which was also almost the size of the pullback, so that 1:1 comes at 5539. So if we keep going up, if the CPI data is good, if the market reacts well to the CPI data, this 5539 will be a very good target for the bulls tomorrow once we get above this trend line. On the downside, again, I'll need to see that we are breaking down this 5433 area. Again, this 5433 area is becoming very important, but if we break down this 5421 area and close somewhere above 5440 or 5450, that will be a false breakout by the bears, and the market will keep going up. But again, tomorrow we will have to see till what point the CPI data is able to pull the price down or push the price up, and then whether we are getting a follow through and how the market continues after that. But if we break down this 5433 area, our first support will be the 5421.5 on the daily chart. Next, we can come down to 5398. I will put a line here at this point. This was the high of day before yesterday. And after that, we can again come down to the 5360, 5303, and finally we can test a 5257 also. Let us take a look at the ATR at this point of time, our 4-day ATR. So our 4-day ATR, the way we ended today was at 95 points. So if you're looking at 100 points from here, 54.56, it is supposed to take us to the 55.60 levels, 55.50 levels. And if we are coming down from here, 54.54, we will come down to the 5350 area again, which will be the bottom of this candle here. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we are in the second leg of this move. This was the first leg. We got the pullback, and then we are in the second leg, and the second leg is really big. But if we start looking from the bottom, this was the first leg. Then we had an expanding triangle. We have broken out of that expanding triangle. We have got a follow through. Now, as long as the bottom of this box will hold, which is again the 33 area, there is a big possibility that we will come and touch this 4-hour double top breakdown, which is at 55.32. So that also aligns with the move that we are expecting. We are also in this kind of a channel where we have the first touch, the second touch, and maybe we are going for another touch to the top. We will have to see where that happens. If the bulls are really serious, if the CPI data is good, if the market reacts well to it, there is a high possibility that we can come and touch this 5600 area also tomorrow, and that can actually bring us to the area where we touch this candle and start a two-legged pullback again. Looking at this, we can have a pullback. We can have a pullback till the bottom of this particular box, which is at 5433, but then that can simply be a bull flag and the market will start going up. I will add some more resistance areas here. This 5485 will be a very good resistance area. If we keep going above that, then we will find our next resistance somewhere around 5517, and then finally we can come and touch this 5533 area. Now if we are falling below this 33 line, we can find some resistance in the 5416 area. This was a breakout area which the bears tried to sell, but the bulls picked it up again. This was actually a test of this expanding triangle line at the bottom, but if we break this down, we can come down again to 5401, and then we can finally come down to 5496 and the 5480 areas. Now we also need to remember that this 5415 or 5413 to 15 area will be of high importance tomorrow. If we break this down, then we can come down to this 5402 to the 5397 area, and then subsequently to the levels at the bottom. On the hourly chart, we have a 10 bar micro channel, right? We do not have a dip below a previous bar at any point of time, and this is a crazy bullish move. Now we are having a micro double bottom here again, which is again saying that there is a bigger chance that we will get up to the top here. So if we are getting above the high of today, and then we can cross over this 5468, or I would say the 5470 area, then we will come to this hourly double top again at 5484, and then we can actually keep moving up to the top towards the 5525 line, and we already know that we have our targets at the 5539 level. Some of the other resistance areas that we might find tomorrow will be somewhere here. This can be a resistance area. I'll mark it as a sell zone. And also there might be some kind of resistance at the 5488 area right above the double top. So if we see that we have gone up to the double top area and then we are getting rejected, then we know that the market may actually want to come down below the double top, and they have found bears above this double top level. But if we again keep going up from here, then there is a chance that we get above this 5500 level and keep going up to the top, and we may actually come and touch the top of this channel also at some point of time tomorrow. Now, just like the 4-hour chart, I will change this to a actual channel so that we can have the midpoint, and that will help us to gauge how far the market has moved. Also, if you see that we are currently above the daily 40 EMA, this is the ETH 40 EMA of the daily chart. We are above that. We may come down here to the 5450 level, which is also a support area right here. I will mark that here for now. And if we fall below that, then we have the 5443 levels, and then we will come down to 5433. Now, if this does not hold, we will keep coming down. Here is the double top at 5423. We have this double top breakout here, so if the market comes down, we may also come down and see this 5423.5 area in this box, and then we start bouncing from here again. Or else if we get down below this 5412 level, then we can come to the 5401, and then finally we can come and touch this 5380 level again. At this point of time, I will put some lines here so that we know what we have at what point of time. So that is all that we have on the hourly chart. Now let us move on to the RTH 5-minute chart. Looking at the RTA chart, if we can cross above the high of today and we can get above this area, our next level will be at 5480, 5475 to 5480 area. This is also a good profit taking area at 5480, as we saw on the higher time frame charts. Above this, we can come to this RTH double top, breaking out of which we can come to this 5498 to 5494 area, and then we can actually get to this 5509 line, which we saw is a trend line resistance on a higher time frame. If we keep going up from here, we will get to this RTH double top again, which is at 5522, and above that we can get to this RTH double top, which is the actual target for the day at 5534 area, and then we can keep going up to 5546, 5556. These are the different levels that we have on the top. Now, if we come down to the bottom, we should not be breaking out this area. This is our first line of support at 5445. If we break this down, then we may come down to the 5433 area, but then we'll have to look out for false breakdowns tomorrow. And if we get down from this 5433 area, we will again come back to this breakout area, which is at 5423. And below this 2321 area, we can come and test this 5416 to 12 level. We also have this trend line support right here at that point of time. However, if this gives up, then we can come down to this double bottom area, which is the low of today, and then we can come and close this RTH gap here, and then we will see whether we can get down to the 85 level and subsequently to the 70 or the 63 levels again. Now, those are the support and resistance areas that we have for now. Based on this analysis, we will come back again tomorrow morning and take a look how the market has moved overnight, what the CPI data and its follow through does to the market, and what direction the market is taking after that. Based on that, we will create the plan. If you want to join the planning call, the link to the Google Meet is given in the description below. Along with that, you will also find the link to our free Discord server and the Facebook page. You are very welcome to join there. You will also find the link to all the multi-time frame charts that we have been discussing in the description below. And as always, please like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel and click on the notification icon. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST. Till then, have a great night, everyone.